in Elite League Speedway tonight with top of the table up for grabs ahead of the playoffs, and we're live at the new National Speedway Stadium here in Manchester as the top two do battle for top spot. Bellevue Aces and Poole Pirates head to head here in Manchester. 15 heats of live Elite League Speedway. These are the only two sides remaining who can finish top of the league. Poole have got 8 points available from tonight and tomorrow at Kings Lynn. Bellevue have 2 home meetings remaining. 3 points tonight will do the job for them. They've got the team right, Bellevue, experience and youth, and Poole packed with international stars. Quite a night here in prospect at the National Speedway Stadium. Kelvin Tatum is alongside me. Big question, who is going to finish top of the table, Kelv?
I think Bellevue will, Nigel. They've got 2 home meetings to go tonight and Wednesday against Swindon. Even if Poole managed to win here tonight, I suspect that they will pick up the vital points that will secure the top of the charts for them and have that vital pick for the semi-finals in the playoffs.
Well, let's take a look at the league table. Bellevue and Poole are in action here tonight. Wolverhampton also race against Coventry. Wolves currently second. The top 3 have qualified for the playoffs, but who finishes top and gets pick of opponents? That is the big question. And Swindon can still make it. Lakeside can still make it as well. Swindon come here on Wednesday night, and if they don't get a point from that meeting, then it all goes down to winner takes all at Lakeside on Friday, Kel.
Yeah, dramatic speedway ahead this week. We've got tonight, of course, a big clash going for the top of the charts, but certainly the race here on Wednesday with Swindon coming to town. There's no doubt that that is a vital night for Swindon. If they don't pick up any league points, then it will be a real shootout in Lakeside on Friday. So yeah, an excellent week of speedway ahead.
Yep, looking forward to a terrific night of racing here. Let's take a look at the home side now, the Bellevue Aces. And the Aces line up like this then. Scott Nichols is the skipper. He's 38 years of age now. He's the captain at number 4. Number 1, the Slovenian Grand Prix star, Mati Jagar. He leads the way at 1. Stevie Worrell, he's had a great season. He goes at 2. And Patrick Hogar comes in at number 3. Craig Cook is at number 5 tonight. And Richie Worrell and Joe Jacobs go at the reserve spots 6 and 7. Who's your Bellevue man to watch, Kel?
Going for their top man this evening, Mati Jagar. He's their number 1 man. He's the Grand Prix star. He leads from the front. He's their talisman. Needs to get off to a good start. He'll come out of gate 3 in heat number 1. Picks up 3 points there. That sets the tone for the night. Big night needed from Zagar.
No Max Frick. Patrick Hogar comes in as a guest for him. Significant?
It is, because Frick has been in fine form and he's been devastating around this new track. And Hogar's got some big boots to fill tonight.
Certainly has. Now, what about the visitors? The reigning champions, the Poole Pirates. And the Pirates look like this tonight. Their skipper is down at reserve, Bjarne Pedersen. He goes at 6, had a great night last Wednesday live on Sky. Chris Holder, the 2012 world champion, goes at 1 with Adam Ellis riding at number 2, part of Great Britain's World Cup squad. Rowan Tungate in for the injured Hans Andersen at number 3 tonight. Riding at 4 is Brady Kurtz for the Pirates, his first full season in the Elite League. Now Krzysztof Pyszkowski is back from injury. He goes at 5. And Kyle Newman was superb here on his last visit. He goes at number 7. Your Poole man to watch, Kelvin.
My Poole man to watch is Krzysztof Pyszkowski. He was a big winter signing. He started the season like a house on fire. He's been out recently with a hand injury and he needs to recapture his form. He's back here tonight in Bellevue, and there's no doubt if they're going to push the Aces all the way this evening, then Pyszkowski needs to come up with a big performance. He is more than capable. He has plenty of experience.
Yeah, if he has a good night, you do feel that Poole will have a good night here. So should be interesting to see how that goes. A big night ahead here in Manchester then, building up to the action for the first time tonight. Down in the pits, here's Chris Louis.
I think you guys are absolutely spot on when you say there's an interesting night in prospect tonight. Some great racing ahead of us, I'm sure. Scott, it's the business end of the season. The playoffs are looming. It's a replay of last year's grand final. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it is. But you know, we're all in the playoffs, so I think more than anything, it's pride at stake right now. Be nice to finish top though.
Track conditions. Speaking to the guys, they said the track's been a little bit sort of inconsistently prepared, but you've had almost a full season on it now. Is it feeling like home?
No,
Fair enough.
No, it is changing. I mean, it's, you know, you can't knock them. You know, tracks are hard to prepare, and it has been a little bit indifferent. Some of that's been taken out of our hands with the weather, but the track is what it is. We don't have the advantage here that we did at the old track, but you know, week by week we're getting there. It's going to be tough, but no, it's all about getting to that final.
And you know what it's all about tonight. If you want to finish top, you've got to take the win.
Yeah, definitely. We want to get the win. We want to finish top, but gives us choice. But in all honesty, who do you choose? I mean, I think the top four are all very, very even this year, whoever the last place will be.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
Good luck tonight. Bjarne, it seems so strange to see you wearing the number 6, Poole's second highest ever point scorer, but I think that's a trump card for the Pirates.
Yeah, hopefully, you know, I can pull it off on the track. So, like I say, you know, we all, like Scotty say, we all in the playoff, but it's all about to keep the momentum going now, yeah.
A lot of emphasis has been put on finishing top of the league, but Poole have come from 4th before. They brought in Greg Hancock when Chris Holder got injured, finished 4th in the league and still won the title, so you're not too worried about that?
Nah, you know, don't matter who we're against in the playoffs. You know, there's 4 very strong teams there, so it's all about, you know, who got a good day when we get into the semis.
Great stuff. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Up and coming, heat number 1 is here then, and the riders out there ready for action here. We see the man in the red helmet colour, Matti Zegar, hasn't had the best of runs in the Grand Prix series.
No, he hasn't. He's been out of form. You can see the body language on the bike is lacking in confidence. Interesting comments there from Scott Nichols. No home track advantage, and he feels that they're still searching for that, even at this late stage of the season. And I think Scott's probably, his home average probably reflects that. It's 2 points lower than it is away from home, so he certainly has found it difficult to find a setup that enables him to win a lot of races here at the new racetrack.
Heat 1, here we go. Steve Worrell goes off the inside with Adam Ellis going off gate 2 in yellow and black. Matti Zegar gate 3 in red. Chris Holder off the outside in white. Every time we come here, this modern facility, years in the making, years in the attempts to get it through planning and all the other issues. They've had the World Cup here this year, Kelvin. They've had the British final. We have seen some fantastic action here this year.
We've seen some of the best speedway in the world here this year, and the British final, the way it coped with the weather was outstanding. The World Cup final was terrific, and the league meetings that we've covered have also been very entertaining. So yeah, it's a pleasure to come here. It is the fastest track in the country without question, and we've got 2 very talented teams to watch tonight.
Yep, here we go then, heat number 1. Big meeting in the playoffs. Oh, a little bit of movement at the start. Straight away in heat number 1, we have movement. The red lights are on, and the riders are going to have to come back and do it again.
They are, and we see this on a regular basis now with riders being too eager on the start line, and this time it's Steve Worrell. Don't know why. He's got the inside gate and he's been in fine form, but you can quite clearly see that he was too quick to react. He was rolling and jumped and gained an advantage, so Chris Sterno, the referee, was right to put the red lights on. Frustrating this, we see it too often.
Yeah, we do see it too often. I wouldn't say that he actually held the tapes too long there either. Sometimes, you know, there is a theory that if the referee holds the tapes too long, then it does make it more risky for the riders. What are your thoughts, Kelvin, on that?
I agree with that. I think that at times the tapes are being held too long, but in that particular instance they weren't. It was just that Steve probably feeling a bit nervous. It's a big night and it's the first race of the night, and he just needs to settle down. So important, you know, to get to the front. It's a top quality lineup. Chris Holder, of course, is in it for the Pirates, and he's been in terrific form this year. We've spoken a lot about, we saw Chris last week, he rode brilliantly for the Pirates at Wimborne Road.
Kelvin, I've just got to stop you there because Neil Middleditch, the Poole manager, is with Chris Louis.
Yeah, we're down on the track, so we'll keep this pretty quick, but Neil, heat 1 already, the nerves showing.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we're right on the business end of the season now, aren't we? And as you say, the nerves are starting to jangle a bit, and just got to calm down and see what we can do tonight.
And hoping that you can get your team fit. Krzysztof Bukowski is carrying a wrist injury. Obviously, you've already lost Hans.
Yeah, that's right. Chris isn't too bad, but Hans, he's still waiting operation. I think that's probably him done, to be honest.
Okay, great stuff. I think it's time for us to move, Neil.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so too.
Yeah, absolutely. It was time to move. The first turn, right by the pit gate.
Yeah, health and safety probably won't be too pleased about that. If they're stood on the first corner as four blokes without brakes come charging towards them. Second time of asking, and a big night of Speedway. We can sense that there's a nervousness out there already with Steve Worrell just being a little eager on the start line. You can see how well they've ripped those start lines. Chris was out there earlier on and said that the start line looked very well prepared. Cook looking on, who's been at times devastatingly quick here this year. So the big guns on the outside, who's going to prevail?
Here we go again then. Heat number 1, second time of asking. They're away first time this time around, and it's a great start from Stevie Worrell in blue, and Zagar is there in red as well around the outside. The high run down that back straight as they come into turn 3. Chris Holder is going to take up the challenge in white now here for the Poole Pirates. Here comes Holder round the outside, trying to challenge Steve Worrell. Needs a bit of team riding from the aces because Holder is going wide. Has Worrell got the drive? Oh, the wheel to wheel down the back straight. Look at this for a start.
Fantastic Speedway here in heat number 1. Zagar on the outside, Holder riding out of his skin, trying to get the better of Steve Worrell on the inside of it. Fabulous Speedway here once again. Worrell going the shorter distance. Holder just giving it absolutely everything on the outside. Can he get the better of Worrell? A lap to go. Holder coming on, now gets the second place.
Wonderful ride there from Chris Holder. He's just got the drop on Steve Worrell. Matty Zagar leads the way here, looks over his shoulder. Holder is going to stay faithful to the outside run. That was a real hard-fought second spot for Chris Holder. He won't have a harder race in a Grand Prix.
Fantastic opening race. There's no doubt Zagar, 1 and 3 worked better there. Gate 4 is notoriously difficult here, but Holder rode out of his skin there. Really had to give it everything he had. Worrell made him work overtime. Zagar, terrific ride from him. Silky smooth out in front. But Chris Holder, wow, that was some effort from him. Vital 2 points for the Pirates, but the home team start with a heat advantage.
Yeah. This is the main stand here at the National Speedway Stadium. Few empty seats here tonight, but I'll tell you what, when the playoffs come, it will be packed. You will not get a seat here at the National Speedway Stadium. And heat number 1, a perfect example of how, from a blank canvas, the promoters here, David Gordon and Chris Morton, got it absolutely spot on with the track design. Brilliant racetrack. Matty Zagar, Chris Holder, Steve Worrell, Adam Ellis, your finishing order, and it's a 4-2 to the BELLE Aces in heat number 1.
Yeah, what a heat number 1. We had to do it a couple of times. Holder knows how important it was to try and get over the top of Zagar. Doesn't quite manage to do it. Off the inside, Steve Worrell having a good look for his team partner, and they join as they go down the back straight for the first time. And then this effort from Chris Holder really was a sight to behold. The action explodes in heat number 1 with Holder riding that outside line and finally getting the better of Steve Worrell. But crikey, he really did have to work awfully hard to get that second place. Again, coming off that dirt line, up on the banking, they did rip it up a little bit just before racing commenced. But Zagar won nicely, a great ride from Holder in second place.
Yep, good stuff. We'll move on with heat number 2 now. This is Kyle Newman, who, when these sides met here on Bank Holiday Monday a fortnight ago, Kyle Newman was involved in some of the best racing of the day. And by the way, on that day, you could not get a seat in the stand, and the back straight was packed. It was almost brimming to capacity here on Bank Holiday Monday.
I was just going to say, actually, we've been chatting to people, and Bank Holiday Monday it was heaving, and the holidays here have been very well supported. And I'm sure the playoffs will be as well. But Kyle Newman was particularly exciting to watch back on August Bank Holiday Monday. He rode really very well indeed, and I do think this is where the Poole Pirates possibly have an advantage.
Yep, it's Bjarne Pedersen off the inside in white. Richie Worrell goes off gate number 2 in red. Kyle Newman gate 3 in yellow, and Joe Jacobs, who's been hitting a purple patch of form of late, actually took a year out of the sport and then came back and signing for the BELLE Aces and has been doing pretty well. He's earned rave reviews in tonight's match programme from Chris Morton and the Bellevue team manager Mark Lemon. Full of praise for Joe Jacobs.
And it's encouraging to see a rider that's come back to the sport and is enjoying himself and riding well. Bellevue riders just having a sneaky look, and Zagar just relaying some information to Scott Nichols. Nichols will be looking for a big night. Captain's aside, Jacobs on the outside. Not easy, a long way. It is a big, wide, fast track, and the gate 4, it is a very long way to the first corner. Pedersen on the inside, he's in charge here.
Yep, heat number 2, and they're away, and it's Pedersen who's got there. Newman is there. Now what can Jacobs do around the outside? Joe Jacobs in the blue helmet! What a cracker from Jacobs! Wonderful move! Down that back straight! He leads it here. It's a 3-all as it stands.
Well, you got it out early. You've got it out early. Cracker jack of a move from Jacobs, fabulous, and he looks terrific. Didn't get there from the start, but just got that lovely swoop off the first corner, and he's hit the front. Newman in second, Bjarne Pedersen third. There's a 3-all with Richie Worrell out the back, but Joe Jacobs, you said he was in good form. This proves it, Nigel. This is a good race for him to win. It will be a 3-all, but Joe Jacobs has just cleared off out in front. Excellent ride.
Yeah, looking superb here. Joe Jacobs, who has actually worked for our own Chris Louis during Chris's time at Mildenhall in the National League. I know Joe Jacobs very highly rated there, and he's highly rated here at Bellevue as well. And you can see why. He leads and wins heat number 2. What a move that was around the outside. You've got to be brave to do that. And he was. He got the drive. Look at him. He's absolutely thrilled to bits with that.
Rightly so. That was a super ride, and the first corner was just what he needed here. He was definitely, didn't make the start, but it is a long way. It's tough to get there, but that little bit of extra grip that was created just before racing started worked a treat for their young Joe. Great reception. Really appreciative crowd, and that's lovely to see. A young British rider coming through, and the home crowd here really excited to see the way he's riding. Newman pushed hard, as did Bjarne Pedersen, but Joe Jacobs controlled the race very nicely.
Did indeed. Super ride from Joe Jacobs then, and Bellevue ahead by a couple of points with Newman second. Bjarne Pedersen was third there. It's a 3-all, 7 points to 5. Bellevue lead it by 2 points here. A reminder, if Bellevue win this meeting tonight, they will finish top of the table and have first pick of opponents for the playoff semi-finals, which start next week, next Wednesday, the first leg of the playoffs. What a ride from Joe Jacobs, the man in the blue helmet off the outside here.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see there he did try and get a little bit of a roller, because it is quite a challenge to get there. Carl Newman and Bjarne Pedersen are there in front of him, but Newman is right in the middle of the track. In actual fact, he should have ridden wider, and that allows Joe Jacobs to swoop round the outside. He then has the speed to stay in front. Richie Worrell from the home team out the back doesn't, and then Carl Newman and Bjarne Pedersen pick up the second and third place. But Joe Jacobs, that was a terrific ride.
Yep, Joe Jacobs is with our man, Chris Louis.
Well, Nigel, you said it takes a brave man to ride around the dirt. There's a running joke at Ipswich that Joe won't go near the dirt, but just demonstrating how well he can ride the dirt around that first turn. Great ride, Joe.
Thank you. No, it's awesome. It's always good to get a good start, and to open up with a good win like that is great.
You really look like you're feeling at home on this track now. You've worked out the lines, of which there are very many out there.
Yeah, I've got an awesome engine that's working, and got some great people around me helping me with it and stuff, and I'm just enjoying my riding, and I think it's shown, been banging in the points, so just got to keep it going.
Losing your air filter in Heat 1's not an ideal way to start the night, though.
Yeah, no, that was must have been tired and forgot to do it up, but yeah, it's one of them things, so just bring on the rest of the night.
Great start, well done.
Cheers, mate, thanks.
Yeah, good stuff from Joe Jacobs, and if he's on form tonight, could be trouble for Poole, because with Bjarne Pedersen and Kyle Newman at reserve, there's strength there for the Pirates. But if Jacobs can carry on with that form, then Poole could be in a spot of bother here tonight, Kel.
Yeah, but on the flip side of that, they needed him there, because Richie Worrell wasn't anywhere, so it was a 3-all, and but Jacobs, certainly, that was a very encouraging ride for him. 2 points in it after 2 races. This man's a very interesting man right now, Rowan Tungate, guesting tonight, but has been in sparkling form, and he's been guesting regularly all over the place. He's hit a rich vein of form at a late stage of the season. Doubles up with the Somerset Rebels. His home club actually in the Elite League is the Swindon Robins, who will be here on Wednesday, so a handy bit of practice for young Rowan Tungate here tonight. Be interesting to see if that pays dividends for him and the Swindon Robins, who are desperate for a league point to make the playoffs here on Wednesday.
Yes, we are. They are indeed. We are, they are. Heat 3. We are hearing reports, by the way, tonight in the Swedish playoffs that Jason Doyle has crashed there, the Swindon #1 and World Championship Grand Prix winner on Saturday in Germany. Let's hope that's nothing too serious as they come here on Wednesday night. Tweet us at Sky Speedway. Follow us, tweet us, give us your thoughts, tell us your prediction for the playoffs. Cook, Bruskowski, Hugard is the lineup here, and Rowan Tungate is the guest rider on the outside here for the Poole Pirates, with Hans Andersen out injured tonight. Here we go, heat number 3, goodness me, here we go.
Well, Cook jumped there, and Bruskowski just went straight through the tapes, and It'll be interesting to see it back, but Brzykowski may well be the one that gets excluded. There's no doubt that Cook jumped, and whether he touched the tapes first, but there's the Polish man just literally went straight through. Yeah, Cook moved. Yeah, Cook actually hit the tapes as well.
Tungate was moving as well on the outside.
Yeah, but look at Cook. Watch Cook now, Nige. He moves early there, touches the tapes.
Does he?
The other way, it looked like he very much touched the tapes.
Well, Cristiano has a decision to make here now.
There. Very well, very close to. And as a consequence of Kai Cook moving, there's no doubt that I think he touches the tapes there, you know.
I'm not sure he has. Well, the referee's going to take a look at these.
If he hasn't touched the tapes, he's extremely lucky.
We can confirm that Krzysztof Brzykowski will be disqualified here, or will he go off 15 metres? Well, the news is that Kyle Newman is going to replace Brzykowski. So a frustrating start here at Bellevue. Brzykowski quite clearly back from injury, feeling the heat, feeling the pressure, but Craig Cook moving as well.
Yeah, but that happened to me.
Lucky to get away with that, Kel.
Very lucky, and the reason that Brzykowski's charged the tapes is as a consequence of Cook moving on the inside. And when you're on gate 2, you're looking across Cook's front wheel, and as he moves, of course, you then are inclined to actually jump the start, and it's a dreadfully frustrating situation. Scott Nichols and Mark Lemon just having a chat there with Zagar in the foreground as well. Got a feel for the Pirates there. That, as a rider, I don't, you know, anywhere, that feeling, it's a real, you're sinking in your stomach because you know, crikey, you know, really shouldn't have done that, but you're on that nervous moment waiting for the tapes to go and you get sucked in. Tough one.
So here we go, heat number 3, riders out on the track, ready to go for action. Chris Louis, Chris, what are your thoughts on what we're seeing here? The decision there, I'm not sure whether you've seen replays yourself, but Craig Cook a little bit lucky to get away with that as well?
Yeah, I just think it's too harsh on Krzysztof to be excluded from that race. I think, yeah, actually, if you look at it, everybody was moving at some point or other, and Kelvin's absolutely right. He's looking across Craig Cook, and Craig hasn't just moved, he's jumped towards the tapes. I think it's just unsatisfactory start. All 4 should be given a go.
The thoughts of Chris Louis, and you can tweet us with your views on the incidents as well.
I think Craig Cook is very, very lucky to be back in the rerun, because if he didn't touch the tapes, it's a miracle, because he moves twice there and he's got away with it, but that man isn't, and you've got to feel for him. Just back from injury, nervous, the rider alongside him jumps and pushes him in, and that's a blow. That's a big blow for the Pirates. They can ill afford to give points away, but Newman coming in, well, I'll tell you what, he can get round here, so he might well pick up some points.
Yep, Cook, Newman, Hugard and Tungate is the way it is for heat number 3 now. And this, well, every race absolutely vital. We remind you that the final scheduled meeting ahead of the playoffs to decide the top 4 will be Friday, Lakeside, Swindon. Big questions over Jason Doyle for Swindon now. We wish him well after his crash in Sweden tonight. Heat number 3, here we go. No problem that time. Away from the start, going into that first turn is Craig Cook. Now around the outside, the man in white, Rowan Tungate, and he's a man on form, and look at him go here. But Craig Cook will hold the inside line. Now can Tungate get around the outside? Third place is Patrick Hugard, and Kyle Newman is the man at the back. But here comes Tungate now. He's going to take up the challenge and really push hard for Poole down that back straight.
He is indeed. Brilliant stuff from Craig Cook. He got the start on the inside. Tungate was there, but he's run high and wide. He's now jumped back to the inside. He just wasn't quite working out. Patrick Hugard coming in as a guest replacement tonight for Max Frick, who's away in Sweden. He's in 3rd place, but Tungate now switching back to the outside, desperately trying to land a blow on Cook. Left to go, Cook in charge, but Rowan Tungate working it hard. Can he square the corner off? He's trying to, but Cook's got it covered.
Yep, has indeed. Tungate has got plenty of speed, there's no doubt about that. But the man in blue, Craig Cook, is going to take the checkered flag. And it's a 4-2 to the aces with Patrick Hugard, who did have a spell here as a Bellevue rider at the start of his British career. Well, he's got a vital 3rd place. Tungate tried absolutely everything there, wasn't able to land a blow. And it's 11 points to 7 in favour of the Bellevue aces now.
Yeah, and that was very penal there, wasn't it, for the Pirates? I do feel for them a little bit. You know, the replacement comes in and fails to score. Buskowski, a potential race winner, didn't work out. Cook, who was lucky, in my opinion, to even be in that race, takes full advantage second time out and picks up a really useful 3 points. Sport can be cruel sometimes.
Yep, it certainly can. But when the rerun did come along, Cook took his second opportunity with both hands. A big win for him in heat number 3. Cook from Tungate, Patrick Hugard was third, and Kyle Newman at the back. It's a 4-2 in favour of BELLE, who lead now here after 3 heats by 11 points to 7. So far, so good for the home side.
Tapes are up, and Craig Cook on the inside makes a really good start. Carl Newman, unfortunately, doesn't. He was the replacement for the excluded Buskowski. Just doesn't get away very well at all. Great initial jump there also from the outside for the guest, Rowan Tungate. And I thought early on he may well have just been able to get round the outside of Craig Cook, but to Cook's credit, he rides a clever race here, Craig Cook. He's having to have a really good look around him because he's not quite sure where Rowan Tungate is going to come from, but Cook picks up a useful win there.
Let's get Craig Cook's reaction to that with Chris.
Thanks, Nigel. Craig, great ride, but it wasn't easy. You needed mirrors on your goggles there because Rowan was one side, then the next.
When you've got a midget weighing 45 kilos chasing you, it ain't easy. I'm probably twice the weight he is, so yeah, we all know Rowan's faster on this sort of track, so yeah, I rode smart, rode the inside there, and it was pulling me nice off the turn, so I knew he wasn't going to have the speed off the turn, so he was either going to have to pass me into the turns or come around me down the straight somewhere. So yeah, I rode a nice smart line, like I said, pulling well off the turns, and yeah, it was a good race.
Talking about the skipper Scott Nichols and Mark Lemon, the team manager, they said that you said I haven't felt you've had too much of a home advantage this year because they're still learning the track, they're still learning how to prepare it, and it has been different most weeks.
Yeah, and again, it's different today than it was last week, so I'm still running the same sort of setup, and but yeah, it just felt a little bit sluggish there, so we'll make a couple of changes and see if we can get the go a bit faster, because, you know, obviously that was I had the best gate there, so it isn't going to be as easy next time.
Great stuff, congratulations, thanks mate.
Yeah, it's a good point you make there, Kel, because Craig Cook moved, and many would argue that he forced Buskowski into the move, the move that he made, touching the tapes. Very fortunate, but how often does that happen, you know, when you get a restart, fortunately, and you go out and win the race?
More often than not, and, you know, you feel for the Poole Pirates, and particularly Buskowski, because he's the one that's been penalised. He doesn't have the opportunity. Look at Tungate, his back tyre there spinning away, so it really was quite a scruffy start that first time around. But there's no doubt that movement by Craig Cook, which was quite deliberate, you know, it wasn't a subtle move, he moved twice. And I'm very surprised that his front tyre didn't touch the tapes. It must have been awfully close, just a minuscule away. But Buskowski missed out, and then of course Carl Newman coming in, who's got 2 on the bounce now. This will be his 3rd ride coming up, so he's been busy already. And of course the Pirates miss out on any points.
Well, Carl Newman also rides in the Premier League, which is the 2nd division of British Speedway, and they had the big meeting across at Sheffield yesterday, and it's a big win yesterday for Simon Stead, who's the new Premier League Riders Champion. Congratulations to Simon for his big success yesterday. And Kyle rides for the Plymouth Devils in the Premier League as well. Good to see that they've been able to get back on track despite serious concerns with vandalism to their air fence. Obviously deliberate there, and thankfully they're back on track. And I know that is a real team effort, including our own Chris Louis helping out with the air fence there at Plymouth to get them back on track. But back to this meeting now. Nichols, Jacobs, Kurtz and Newman out yet again here. Jacobs, what a ride in his opener in blue, so quick and riding better than I've ever seen him, Kelv.
Yeah, I don't know that much about him. You've seen more of him when he was emerging onto the Speedway scene than I did in the National League, but there's no doubt that on the evidence that I've seen so far this year, he's a rider that's really growing in confidence, and that was we saw that to full effect in Heat 2, and that was a terrific ride from him. It's an important heat for Poole here. They don't want to see the aces keep pulling away and have to use the black and white helmet colour too early on. Lewis Bridger there, and from the Lakeside Hammers, an interested visitor to here. Slightly surprised to see him here, but he's here nonetheless, chatting with Chris Holder.
Yep, Kyle Newman goes off the inside for Poole. It's a long way to come for a night out for Lewis Bridger. Joe Jacobs goes off gate 2, Brady Kurtz gate 3, and Scott Nichols off the outside, and Poole yet to supply a race winner. They could do with putting that right here with Newman or Kurtz.
They could, and Kurtz is capable. He's got a bit of a big date coming up in October, of course. He's the wild card for the Melbourne Grand Prix. Kurtz is a rider that's got a lot of potential. Huge experience from Nichols on the outside. Hasn't settled here this year, you sense, but oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Can you believe it?
Joe Jacobs, a man full of confidence, literally just charges through the tapes. Don't get it. Don't get it.
Very, very strange. Joe Jacobs now surely will be the man to be disqualified from our referee, Chris Durno. We're only up to heat number 4, and 3 of the heats pulled back for reasons like this. He is going to be replaced by Richie Worrell, Joe Jacobs, so Richie Worrell will come in as a replacement for Joe Jacobs.
Newman was moving on the inside, and I think that's probably why Joe Jacobs has dropped the clutch, but it is frustrating. I think that pretty much sums it up. You know, I think that's how we feel up here. You know, Joe Jacobs, such an impressive winner first time out. And then now, all of a sudden, he charges through the tapes, and they are replacing him with Richie Worrell, who hasn't scored so far. He was outpaced in his opening ride. But Worrell is a rider that Steve was slightly strange, because a couple of years ago, Richie Worrell was actually on the verges of the World Cup squad.
Yes.
And Steve Worrell, his twin, was actually not, he was struggling to score a point in any form of Speedway. And there's been a massive turnaround in form there. And Steve Worrell this year has been a terrific success. And Richie has found it tough and has slipped down to reserve. But
yep,
it's going to come out.
Down. He's borrowing Stevie's bike here.
A good idea, because that bike's been winning a lot of races, so it knows how to get round here, and it'll hopefully help Richie on his way to the checkered flag. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. Carl Newman, who was very successful in, was exciting in the bank holiday meeting here, rode brilliantly for the Pirates that night. And Neil Middleditch will be hoping that he can come up with a big ride now.
Wolves 17, Coventry 7 down at Monmouth Green. Ty Woffenden winning a heat already there. The reigning world champion, Neil Middleditch, the Poole manager, will be a little bit concerned. Needs to see his riders starting to win heats to try and keep Bellevue within reach here. The playoffs begin next week, so it's not a good time to lose form. You want some momentum going towards the playoffs if at all possible. And a night like tonight would be a good one for one of these sides to pinch the victory ahead of the playoffs next week. Who will choose who? Who finishes top? Is it going to be Bellevue? Is it going to be Poole? And then who do they pick as opponents in the semi-finals? Will it be Lakeside? Will it be Swindon getting that last spot? Wolverhampton, we know the other side qualified right now. Newman, Richie Worrell, Brady Kurtz, Scott Nichols, that's the lineup. Heat number 4, second time of asking here. And good lineup. Nichols,
super lineup,
going from the outside gate here in the red helmet colour. Long way to that first turn. He was superb next door at the old track, Kel, wasn't he? Kirkman-Hume Lane.
Suited his style down to the ground. And I just think that Scott has found it difficult adapting to this big fast track here. And, you know, it'd be interesting to see how he gets on at the latter stages of the season, because they need him. You know, he's a vastly experienced rider, and on this day he can win races for fun. He's going from the outside.
Yep, tapes have gone up for first time, no problem here, and it is Richie Worrell who has that lead. Now can Nichols come around the outside? The man in white is Brady Kurtz for the Poole Pirates, but Nichols is there. Nichols has joined Richie Worrell. Now Brady Kurtz is going to try the inside run. Kyle Newman is trailing at the back here. Brady Kurtz has got it all to do for the Poole Pirates in third slot. Tries the inside run. Can he get the better of Richie Worrell here? Full speed going into turn 3. Now he's going to take up the challenge and try and hunt down Scott Nichols.
Brilliant ride from Brady Kurtz. The two Bellevue boys coming out of 2 and 4 made it into the first corner. Kurtz has ridden beautifully to get the better of Richie Worrell on his brother's bike. Now Nichols out in front. Well, I'll tell you what, Kurtz is coming on strong. Nichols will have to ride strongly to hang on in front. Looks like another heat advantage, but Kurtz in the dirt looks very spectacular, but Nichols has got this one.
Yeah, great ride from Scott Nichols. Kurtz tries the inside run. He's going to push him hard all the way to the line. It's a good ride from Scotty Nichols for the Bellevue Aces, pushed all the way by Brady Kurtz. We've seen some decent speedway here, and it's another race advantage for the Bellevue Aces. They're 6 up now after only 4 heats here in Manchester tonight. And Scott Nicholls will be thrilled to bits with that win, because he was up against one of the best young riders in the world in Brady Kurtz, and he led the way superbly.
He did, and there's no doubt that he had to work very hard to get there. Never easy coming from that gate 4, but he got in the dirt and got away. Brady Kurtz rode really nicely there, because he took a little while to get the better of Richie Worrell, and once he did, he closed in, he charged in on Scotty Nicholls, and Nicholls was actually, there was only about a bike length in it as they went across the start and finish line, so an excellent effort from him. But Nicholls in front will be pleased with his opening ride.
Scott Nicholls, the race winner then. Brady Kurtz was second, with Richie Worrell third and Kyle Newman at the back. It's a 4-2 in favour of the Belle VUE Aces, 15 points to 9. They lead now after just 4 heats, long way to go.
Tapes are up and the Belle VUE pair come charging towards the first corner, and it's Richie Worrell initially out of gate 2 who makes it. Brady Kurtz there in the white helmet colour, tucks up the inside, but there's no room there, plenty of traffic. Again from the tapes, the Aces get to the first corner, Nicholls having a look across. He knows he's a little vulnerable there, but his team partner just about lets him round the outside as they go down the back straight. But Worrell then is under a massive threat. Brady Kurtz rides really nicely there. That's a tidy move from him to get the better of the Englishman up the inside, going the shorter distance, and gets the better of the Belle VUE man into second place. But Nicholls out in front, strong ride from him, needed to be.
Yep, so a good ride there from Scott Nicholls. 15 points to 9 is the Belle VUE lead. Can Poole finally find the winning touch? Heat number 5 is on the way, and we're waiting for a Poole race winner. The Belle VUE Aces are steeped in a rich tapestry of history and tradition. Going back to the start of the sport in this country, thousands flocked to the home of the Aces. They switched to Kirkmanshire Lane, and still the fans were delighted with their side, with a host of world champions going back years. They last won the Elite League back in 1993, with the legendary Sean Moran lifting the trophy. This year, a switch to the National Speedway Stadium on the back of a very tense grand final last year, when they went so close against the Poole Pirates. Can the mighty Aces go one better this time around? Yes, the National Speedway Stadium just away from, just down the road from their old venue at Kirkmanshire Lane. Scott Nicholls riding beautifully in heat number 4, and the way the Aces are going here tonight, they are firing and warning to the rest of their title rivals, including the Poole Pirates. Belle VUE 15, Poole 9. 4 heats gone here, and Poole yet to supply a race winner. We've got the Worrell twins here, Stevie and Richie, against Adam Ellis and Bjarne Pedersen. And Poole are off gates 1 and 3, and they really need to stop this flow of Belle VUE point scoring here. Ellis off the inside with Stevie Worrell off gate 2 in red. Bjarne Pedersen goes off gate 2 in yellow here for Poole, and off the outside is Richie Worrell for Belle VUE. Heat number 5, and although it's still early, Poole need to do something, Kelvin.
Yeah, they could do at the very worst here with a 3-all. Looking at the gate stats, not too much to choose between them. Just gate 2 not supplying a race winner so far. I'm sure that will change, but not too many excuses from where you come out of the gate. There's no doubt that the Poole Pirates will need to try and find a heat winner very soon. Mark Lemon will be satisfied with his team's work so far, that's for sure. They're the top team in the country right now, and they're proving that by a 15-point-to-9 lead. Heat 6 also with Holder and Buskowski. You've got to believe that the Pirates have got to be looking there for a heat advantage. But right now we've got heat number 5, Ellis and Pedersen against the Worrells. Which way is it going to go?
Yep, big race this one, heat number 5, and into that first turn there's Stevie Worrell. Can Richie join in? Yes, he can! The Aces are on fire tonight. Bjarne Pedersen is the man in yellow and black. Adam Ellis is at the back, but maybe a bit of team riding, a bit of brotherly love here for the Belle VUE Aces with the twins, Stevie Worrell and Richie Worrell, who's in blue. Stevie will look over his shoulder. Very intelligent from Steve Worrell. Richie's there with him. Belle VUE on a 5-1. They are absolutely flying tonight.
They are indeed. There's no doubt the two boys, the two brothers, are doing a terrific job there. Steve Worrell carries so much speed. He really has adapted to this new track brilliantly. Has got the technique. Look at that. He's riding the inside, and that really shouldn't be the fastest way, but he has a brilliant ability to get the bike back up on the tyre, generating plenty of speed. Look at his brother there, look how spectacular that is. Out in the dirt, letting the bike run, generating plenty of speed. They have dominated this heat, and they've done it in fine style.
Tactical territory approaches to Neil Middleditch. When you go 10 points or more down, you can nominate a rider once in a meeting for double points under the tactical ride rule. Who will Midlow put out for the black and white helmet? Maybe the 2012 world champion Chris Holder in the next race. We'll find out shortly down in the pits. Is Holder going to do that? Meantime, celebration time for Bellevue. It's a 5-1 and still no race winner. And Holder in black and white, he's going for the double down in the pits. So we will see whether Chris Holder can get Poole back into it, and will they have finally get a race winner for double points. Chris Holder about to take on the pressure role of number 1 and the tactical ride rule in heat number 6. But what a race that was from the Worrell twins. Richie Worrell, the winner, with Stevie Worrell in second place there. Bjarne Pedersen was third. It's a 5-1, and it's Bellevue 20, Poole 10 after 5 heats here in Manchester. And I think Bellevue, in these early stages, are firing a warning to the playoff rivals, Kelvin.
Yeah, they're in very good form this evening, there's no doubt about that. Steve Worrell in particular here in the red helmet colour rides a beautiful race. His brother actually has to work very hard indeed to actually just stay the pace with him. Starts up, and Adam Ellis and Bjarne Pedersen have got no reply here. They've got no answers at all because the boys from the Aces are just too quick. Steve Worrell in particular, very, very impressive, riding the inside line, going the shorter distance. The 2 boys from the Aces riding lovely.
Neil Middleditch is down in the pits with Chris Louis. Big moments in the match coming up, Chris.
Yeah, it certainly is, Neil. A tough night at the office, and the home team seem to think they don't have a home track advantage yet. Having been here for a year, they say that the track is a little bit inconsistently prepared, but so far you haven't had a race win, so they look like they're taking advantage.
No, it looks a pretty good home advantage to me, to be honest. But yeah, no, I mean, they're really putting us to the sword at the moment, so we've got to try and get something back here, so I'll put Chris on the black and white.
Tactically, where do you see it coming from? You really want to stay in touch with them. You don't want to give them any sort of confidence-boosting advantage going into a playoff competition.
No, that's right. I mean, Bellevue, they're top of the league for a reason, and they're showing us that reason this evening. So yeah, I felt a couple of weeks ago we held them to 8 points, which I was quite happy with. But I think tonight, we really need to get back into this meeting sooner rather than later.
Great stuff. Good luck.
Cheers, Chris.
Yeah, big moment in the meeting then, as Chris Holder, who worked hard in the GP at the weekend, has shown some of his best form this year, and certainly fitter, I think, than he has been for quite some time, looking very lean and really up for racing a Speedway bike. And they need him here, the Poole Pirates, in heat number 6. He's going for the tactical ride rule, and he's off gate number 2. When you are 10 or more points behind, you can nominate one of your riders at once for double points. And no race wins so far from gate number 2. Chris Holder needs to put that right. Hogarth going off the inside, Holder off 2. Gate 3 is Scott Nichols and Krzysztof Buskowski off the outside.
I think Steve Worrell might have won last time, or did his brother win?
Richie just got it.
You let him win. Made a great start. But I do think that you can win from there. And Neil Middleditch there making the move with Chris Holder. A bit of obviously Chris rode really nicely in heat 1 to get second place. It's going to be Buskowski that's the key man for him as well, because he hasn't raced yet. He's had to be very patient with the exclusion he suffered in his opening ride. Just hasn't really gone the way for Poole so far, but that man certainly showed a lot of speed, and you've got to believe that coming out of gate 2, if he can just get to the front in that first corner, get the better of the Aces, then Buskowski also will have no fears about riding at this fast track, because he's Polish and every single track in Poland is as fast as this one, so that isn't the issue. Get to the first corner and try and dominate.
Here we go, heat number 6. Good start here from Patrick Hogarth. Now, what can Holder do? Holder's the man on the inside line. Coming around the outside is Scott Nichols as well. There's Holder down the back straight. Charges hard into turn 3. What a move from Chris Holder. And now charging up the inside is Scott Nichols. He just about holds out the Bellevue duo. Holder goes wide. That gives the opportunity to Hogarth. Right now, it's a 6-3 in favour of the Poole Pirates.
Fantastic opening lap there from Chris Holder. He was out back there. He didn't make the start at all. got up the inside of the opposition and got himself to the front. Key man here is Brzykowski. He's out the back, he's working hard. Nichols and Hoogaard in front of him. Holder's got this. Holder barring mechanical issues going to win the race, but can Brzykowski land a blow?
Well, Chris Holder is going to be the first race winner for the Poole Pirates in this meeting. He is looking super quick. He rides for Torren in the Polish League, and this track is very similar to the Torren track, so no wonder he likes it. He has won that superbly, very stylish as well. Worked hard early on to get the better of Hoogaard. Nichols was still very much in the mix, so Midlow will be happy with that, but ideally wanted Brzykowski in the points as well. That will be a concern. Brzykowski coming back from injury and yet to score after 2 heats in this meeting, albeit one of them disqualified for a tapes offence. But great ride from Holder, Kel.
It was a super ride because he was out-battled initially, missed the start, spun up off of gate 2, and then got up the inside of the aces coming down the back straight for the first time. Brilliant move from the former world champion, but Brzykowski coming back off injury, just not quite at the races, an exclusion, coming out for your second ride after an awfully long wait, and wasn't able to get amongst the points. 6-3, okay, looking for more, could have done with an 8-point haul there really.
Well, can Poole believe now, after seeing their number one do that they can work their way back into this meeting? It's their first race win. They've had to wait till heat 6 to get it. Holder on double points, gets 6. Patrick Hoogaard second, and Scott Nichols was third. It's a 6-3 to Poole, but after heat 6, it's still Bellevue 23, Poole 16.
This will be good to watch because initially the Bellevue pair make a really good fist of it. Hoogaard going right up the banking, Nichols there right in the mix of it, almost 4 abreast as they go down the back straight, but Holder with this renewed confidence there. In actually, he missed the start there, you saw him. He's well out of it there. He hasn't had a good run to the first corner at all. He goes around the first corner, but he gets a fantastic run down the back straight with Nichols getting squeezed out, and he comes up the inside of Patrick Hoogaard as well. Great move this, look at that, look how close that is. They really do concertina up there, it gets awfully tight on the opening lap down the back straight. Holder then has fabulous speed out in front and shows great determination and class and picks up a fine win.
And Chris Holder is with our man, Chris Louis.
Thanks, Nigel. Well, vital 6 points, Chris, but made to work very hard on that opening lap.
Yeah, my start was terrible. I was ready to go and Paddy sort of moved a bit and then I sort of half had a go at it and then I missed it by a mile, and then luckily I managed to just sort of push Scott off that line. I needed to get off that concrete on the inside and was as nice as I could down the back straight without trying to close the door too hard, but it was a good race for a lap, and then just hit that dirt line, try to hit it every lap, and if I could get that then they couldn't get round, you know.
Sometimes when you miss a start, it's handy to miss it quite as badly as you did because it gives you a kind of a clear run and a clear decision in the first turn.
Oh, I knew what I was doing in the first corner. As soon as I dropped the clutch, I was like, no, but yeah, Scotty tried to come across and then sort of, I just managed to get in there enough to get my back wheel on the edge of that dirt there on the inside, and luckily it worked.
7 points down, push on from here.
Got to make better starts, and if we can, yeah, get some points back and make a meeting of it.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks.
Just an update, by the way, on Swindon's Jason Doyle. He has just tweeted saying, nothing is broken, just landed on his hip and couldn't feel his leg. Thank you for the love, I'll be all good. So that is good news. Jason Doyle of Swindon, winner of the German Grand Prix at the weekend, has tweeted, nothing broken, he'll be all good, which is great news.
Well, Alan Rossiter's going to be mightily relieved, isn't he? Because there's no doubt he's the team manager for the Swindon Robins. And there's no doubt that he will be pleased to see him back here on Wednesday when they are desperate for that point.
They are indeed. Zagar, Tungate, Cook and Kurtz. That's your lineup for heat number 7 here. Bellevue still in the driving seat, 23-16. Elsewhere, Wolves 22-8 up on Coventry at Montmaggreen. No Freddie Lindgren there tonight, or Jakob Torshäll for the Wolves because of the Swedish playoffs. And no Christoph Kasperzak for Coventry either. But Woofenden, reigning world champion, winning races there. And we build up to heat number 7 here in Manchester. Can Zagar build on his opening race win?
He can, he's more than capable of winning this race, but for Pirates, Tungate and Kurtz, they're going to have to come up with a big performance because Craig Cook and Zagar are heat winners already.
Green lights on. Now they're away, and Tungate's made a decent one. Kurtz is there as well. Into the first serve, Zagar charges through. Goodness me, Poole made a great start. Change of camera angle, and Bellevue on a 5-1. Goodness me, how did that happen? Matty Zagar in red around the outside. Craig Cook is there as well. And whatever advantage Poole had from their tactical ride in the previous race, Bellevue are about to wipe it out.
Yeah, I thought they were going to wipe the camera out there because Zagar just charged in there, and I thought he was collecting the cameraman on the way through. Cook's out in front, looking very comfortable. Zagar riding beautifully in second place. Tungate, who made a great start, but then left the door open as they went into the first corner, and Zagar was able to charge through. Kurtz is out the back. Cook is looking good tonight. Oh! Zagar made a mistake there, complacent. Just switched off for a moment, and Tungate has come through. Zagar lucky to remain on board. Cook will win the race, and another heat advantage to the aces, but crikey, Zagar was lucky.
Craig Cook takes the checkered flag, but as you quite rightly say, Kelvin, Zagar down the home straight has clipped the kickboard, and he's very, very lucky to stay on the bike. He could have done cartwheels down the home straight there. That was unbelievable. He was wheeling coming down the back straight. Yeah. He's wheelied on the home straight, not deliberately, but he's clipped the kickboard, and how he stayed on the bike, goodness only knows.
He's a lucky man, and he lifts violently there, and he clips there, and he's then bounced off the fence as they go down the straight. He's very fortunate there. The rear end of the dirt deflector, in actual fact, has been ripped off the back of the bike there. Unfortunately, it wasn't the body being ripped off, because there's no doubt that at that speed it could have been very dodgy indeed.
Do you have to have a dirt deflector on for all 4 laps?
Probably.
Should he be excluded then?
I think there may be a danger of that if a protest is made, but there's no doubt the dirt deflector came away, didn't it?
Just a thought, that's all. Just a thought. So, Craig Cook, the race winner, Rowan Tungate second. Matty Zagar, who only had a dirt deflector on for 3 of the 4 laps, he claims third place ahead of Brady Kurtz. It's a 4-2 to the aces. They lead here by 27 points to 18. So far so good for the Manchester man. The Bellevue Aces in fine form and heading for booking their spot as league leaders ahead of the playoffs. Can Poole bounce back? Heat 8 next. Welcome back to Manchester and the National Speedway Stadium, where we have just seen Matty Zagar, the Slovenian Grand Prix star, lose control, hit the kickboard and somehow managed to stay on his bike here. He did concede second spot when Bellevue were on a 5-1. Rowan Tungate came through to claim second place for the Poole Pirates, but it is all Bellevue right now. They are dominating this meeting against the reigning champions, who have already used a tactical ride as well. It's Bellevue 27, Poole Pirates 18. Well, Bellevue looking really strong, looking really powerful tonight. If they ride like this in the playoffs, you do feel, Kelv, doesn't matter who they ride against. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think that Scott Nicholls must have been just kidding us a little bit at the top of the show when he said there's no home track advantage here, and it's been inconsistent, because they've been far from that. They've been super consistent. They've been winning races for fun, and there's no doubt that their performance is a shock to the rest of the league.
And just tell you that as well, that Wolverhampton 28, Coventry 17, Danny King has just won a tactical ride, 6 points for the Bees for Danny King, who of course won his British title here at Bellevue. After a day of pouring rain, they still got the meeting on here at Bellevue. This track is so well prepared.
Well, it rains well, doesn't it? It had to that night because it rained so heavily throughout the evening, and we kept racing. Joe Jacobs out here, and he'll be hoping to sit still on the start line this time and not charge through the tapes. Bjarne Pedersen and Adam Ellis are under huge pressure for the Poole Pirates. Neither of them have been in really good form tonight. They haven't showed the speed that's been required, and there's no doubt that Jacobs and Nicholls have been going well this evening. So Bjarne Pedersen's got to come up with a big ride here.
He has, and Adam Ellis just doesn't look suited to this track so far tonight. He's found it really tough with 2 last places, and in the main body of the team, that's a gaping gap in the top 5 for Poole. Right now, it looks like Bellevue are going to finish top of the Elite League table in their first season in their new home. That will be quite an achievement, and therefore they will have choice of opponents for the semi-finals. We still don't know the 4th playoff qualifier yet. Will it be Swindon? Will it be Lakeside? Here on Wednesday night, it's Bellevue versus Swindon. If Swindon get a point, it's all over. If they come away from here with nothing, it's winner takes all on Friday at Lakeside versus Swindon at the Arena Essex Raceway. Fascinating week ahead. Scott Nicholls, a picture of concentration. Craig Cook watching on. This is heat number 8. Tape tries, and it's a good start from Scott Nicholls off the inside gate. Can Bjarne Pedersen get there? High into the dirt he goes. Has he got the speed down the back straight? Super ride from Bjarne Pedersen. He's just got the drop, but he's going wide here. Nicholls will try the inside run. Pedersen, a former Grand Prix winner, a former World Cup winner, number 6 in the poolside reserve, but his teammate and partner Adam Ellis once again struggling here.
Yeah, great stuff from Bjarne Pedersen. This is much more like it from him. Really looks with a lot of intent. Scotty Nicholls is trying really hard, out-battled on the opening lap, but now Nicholls is really pushing on in second place, looking for a way through. In actual fact, I would think that Nicholls has got more speed here, and Bjarne Pedersen is going to have to ride the wheels of his bike to stay in front. Bitterly disappointing for Adam Ellis. He's out the back, only a thrill. Bjarne Pedersen, can he hang on here?
Yeah, Bjarne Pedersen has got Scott Nicholls all over him. Nicholls tries the inside run to the line. Pedersen has got the drive though. Good ride from Bjarne Pedersen.
Yeah, super ride.
That is a class rider in the reserve position for Poole. If he can continue that type of form throughout the night, maybe they can just hang on to the Bellevue's coattails and maybe pinch a point here, or maybe get really close later on. But Bellevue have got strength in every department. It was a good race again. Once again, the shape of this track, we saw regularly, Kelvin, didn't we, down the years, Chris Morton and David Gordon from the Bellevue management regularly on trips to Torren, Gorzhov, on the European scene, looking at circuits and looking at how they would like this track, and the design of it is spot on, isn't it?
Yeah, they've done a fine job, and they've tried to incorporate all sorts of elements from the best tracks in the world, and also the old Hyde Road. They've tried to get some of that character into it, and at the end of the day, they've got a terrifically fast racetrack that throws up some very exciting speedway, and Bjarne Pedersen comes up with a really good ride, an encouraging ride for the Poole Pirates there.
He does indeed, and it's Bjarne Pedersen the winner with Scott Nicholls second, Joe Jacobs third. It's a 3-all, Bellevue 30, Poole 21. Wasn't a best of starts to Bellevue's life here at the stadium, with the opening night being postponed and a delay, but my goodness me, it's been worth the wait, because the action here takes your breath away.
It does, and Bjarne Pedersen takes our breath away here. That was a strong ride from the captain of the Poole Pirates, just squeezing around the outside of the aces as he goes down the back straight on the opening lap. Scott Nicholls then sets about him. You've got to say that Nicholls is then riding very strongly in second place, and as the race comes towards its conclusion, particularly as they go through the last corner, there's no doubt that Nicholls was trying everything he knew, but Pedersen out in the dirt there just gets that nice run to the finish line, and it was a terrific ride from him, and he'll be feeling an awful lot better about that.
Yep, and well, Bjarne Pedersen, the man of the moment for Poole. He's with Chris Louis.
Yeah, and a real skipper's ride from Bjarne that time. Bjarne, important 3 points, steady the ship, 9 points down. It's a tough night.
Yeah, it is. We've really been working hard all the time in the pit to try to get some speed into the bike. So, yeah, it seems like we got a bit of it now, yeah.
It seems the track is vital about setup. I mean, you're talking about making lots of changes to find the speed in the bike, but the more you do that, the more I guess you're taking teeth off, you're making the bike labour a bit more, but you've got to keep the wheels in line, you've got to keep it smooth, you can't afford to turn the bike too hard.
Without any speed out there, you forget it, you know, so it's so vital that the bike do the job out there, you know, and drop the clutch, and if the speed is there, you know, it's easy, but if not, it's a bit hard work, yeah.
And riding style, every movement you make, you have to be steady and careful. You can't do anything quick because you can soon stop the momentum of the bike.
Yeah, there's few different lines out there, and I know Scotty was pushing me, you know, hard all 4 laps. So, you know, it's sometimes it's easy to be behind because you cross the other line. But yeah, you know, like you say, keep the bike straight out there.
Good ride, well done.
Thanks.
Yeah, from Chris there, talking about the way to ride the track. It's a unique track, if you like, but do you agree with the comments there about how Chris was suggesting that this track should be raced?
Yes, it's one of the tracks where you do need to carry your speed through the corners, and you need to stay calm on the bike. If you have too much body language, it will kill your speed. The bike will move around underneath you. Bjarne Pedersen there works very hard for his points and managed to do that. And the key to this place is just carrying your speed through the corners, keeping those wheels in line. As soon as you go out of line, the bike slides and scrubs the speed off.
Yep, very much so. And heat number 9 here. We see Richie Worrell going in the blue helmet colour here for the Bellevue Aces, and the twins ready to do battle once again here.
Well, this man,
Kyle Newman in yellow and black in the gate 4 position. Kyle Newman at reserve here at number 7 for the Poole Pirates off the outside. He's found life tough tonight, Kel.
Yeah, that's a surprise because he rode so well here on Bank Holiday Monday. He was terrifically quick, so can he find the key to it now? They've been working hard with their setups.
They have, and the tapes go up and into that first turn. It's a good start here from Brady Kurtz. He likes this track. Newman's now coming around the outside. Can Newman land a blow for the Pirates? Here he comes through the middle. Kyle Newman! What a move! But the Worrell boys hold their nerve. And Newman has to go to the back again. Goodness me! Great racing here. Kurtz is looking good. The Worrell twins doing everything to try and see off the brave effort of Kyle Newman here.
Well, what an opening lap and a half that was from Kyle Newman. All credit to the Worrell boys because they were able to block every move he did. Kurtz is away. Entertaining stuff for second, third and fourth. Look at Newman, how hard is he trying? Right round the outside now, he's going to square the corner off. Can he get up the inside? No, there won't be room there. He switches back to the outside. Fantastic Speedway just for a point.
Yep, Brady Kurtz has got the race in the bag. Newman now trying everything. Team riding, and also great work for Bellevue. They just about hold out Kyle Newman.
Wow.
That was brilliant, brilliant Speedway. Hats off to Newman, he never gave up. But the twins did the business for the Aces there, and they blocked his challenge. I thought at one stage early on he was going to take the pair of them through the middle and get a 5-1. It wasn't to be.
No.
Brady Kurtz missed all the action.
Yeah, it was quite, he missed all the fireworks going on behind him, that's for sure. And Kyle Newman was going between them, wasn't he, at the end of the back straight, and it looked really exciting indeed. It looked like it could have been a 5-1 to the Poole Pirates, the first time they would have had that score this evening, but that man picked up a terrific ride. But Stevie Worrell and Richie Worrell ride a very clever race there. They were able to recover their position and hold the challenge of Kyle Newman in behind them. It really was dramatic stuff. Kurtz won comfortably, but Richie Worrell and Steve Worrell in second and third, they were really terrific there, with Newman deserving far more than he got.
Brady Kurtz the race winner then. Richie Worrell second, Stevie Worrell third. It's a 3-all. Bellevue 33, Poole 24. Some good racing in heat number 9.
Well, concentrating on the start line there. A little bit of movement there from Kurtz on the outside. Excuse me, Newman on the outside, but it's Kurtz that makes the best start on gate 2, and he's away. And at this stage, when you watch him go down the back straight, he's got that opportunity to go between the two Bellevue riders. There's no doubt that the Worrell boys then responding brilliantly to be able to then winding on and get the better of Kyle Newman. At this stage here, Kyle Newman, you've got to believe that he was going to get himself into second place. But it's an excellent effort from Steve and Richie Worrell to then respond. Steve Worrell there particularly was able to then wind it on. Kyle Newman out in front. But Brady Kurtz, that was a terrific ride from the young Australian.
Mark Lennon is the Bellevue team manager, and he is with Chris Louis.
Mark, for a team that say they haven't fully worked their home track out yet, you've got to be pretty happy with this performance against a side like the Pirates.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be tough. Obviously, we know what's at stake tonight. We've got an early lead, and that could be crucial at the end of the proceedings. So obviously, Poole is starting to find their rhythm, but and we are too. But just not quite getting enough heat advantage as far as I'm concerned.
Crucial end of the season, I was looking at the makeup of the various teams that are in the mix, and it's kind of strange to see that the two top teams at the moment, Wolverhampton and Bellevue, actually have the two lowest scoring number 1. So it's about this format seems to favour strength and depth.
Yeah, true. Obviously, and then we rely on that. Like Matty will probably be the first one to put his hand up to say he's not had the best season. Obviously his Grand Prix, you can see he's not been doing so great at that level. But it's the number 1s. It's a pretty tough number to hold down in any team. And obviously, you look at some of the teams. Your Chris Holders and that. They're obviously flying pretty high in the World Championship. So you can see why they're doing good at their relatively teams. But it's like you said, it's a team effort out there, and our boys collectively have been doing the job all season. We've just got to finish it off now.
Thanks for your thoughts. Good luck for the rest of the night.
All right, thank you.
So heat number 10, Chris Holder goes off the inside. Patrick Hogard for Bellevue off 2. Bjarne Pedersen is a replacement for Adam Ellis here. A reserve substitution, Bjarne Pedersen for Poole. Neil Middleditch making his move. Craig Cook goes off the outside in blue. So can the Pirates do something from gates 1 and 3 here? Looking like 3 points for BelleVue tonight to guarantee top spot in the table. Wolverhampton look like getting 3 points as well from their meeting with Coventry last we heard. They're 33-18 up after 18. So it looks like Wolverhampton will finish on 58 and BelleVue will be on 61 going into Wednesday's meeting. And it could well be that Poole finished third in the table.
Looking likely, isn't it? Because unless they get 4 points away from home tomorrow night by beating the Kings Lynn Stars, then they'd have to rely on their points difference. Then there's no doubt that Wolverhampton could easily finish on second points, and that would be a disappointment for the Pirates. Plenty of racing to come here this evening, though, and Chris Holder was very impressive last time when he picked up 6 points.
Yep, can he get there? Here, heat number 10. Holder's on the inside. The man in red is Patrick Hugard. Charging up the inside, Craig Cook. Now the Pirates come on the inside and the outside. What a move from Chris Holder. Bjarne Pedersen is going to need every bit of experience now. Holder surely will look over his shoulder. Cook's trying hard on the inside in blue. Craig Cook charges hard. Pedersen isn't done yet. Full throttle here in Manchester.
Absolutely, and Bjarne Pedersen's gone to the back, Nigel. Such a shame for the Pirates because they were looking good for a 5-1. And Holder is riding brilliantly. He is super quick out in front. Craig Cook and Patrick Hugard have got the better of the experienced Danish man. Bjarne Pedersen's out the back. Holder, though, he really has come on strong. He rode hard in his first race for 2 points. This will be his second victory on the night. It won't be enough. And the 3-all here, they were looking for a heat advantage.
Yeah, very stylish indeed from Chris Holder, the 2012 World Speedway champion. Fantastic ride from him. Bjarne Pedersen, though, was on a 5-1. Great credit. Patrick Hugard and Craig Cook got stuck in for BelleVue and got a 3-all, and that will do them all night long from here, because with only 5 heats to go, BelleVue have that 9-point advantage, which would be enough now to seal the deal as table toppers at the end of the regular league season in their first season in their new home here at the National Speedway Stadium. Wow, decent speedway, Kelf.
Yeah, it was looking really exciting there, and then it all kind of went out, didn't it? Because Bjarne Pedersen was looking so good at the early stages of the race, and unfortunately for the Pirates, he wasn't able to maintain that position because the speed from the 2 boys from the BelleVue team, Cook and Hugard, were able to get the better of Pedersen. But Holder, I tell you what, he looks super quick.
He does. Chris Holder magnificent for Poole. Craig Cook was second, Patrick Hugard was third. Bjarne Pedersen at the back. It's a 3-all. BelleVue 36, Poole 27. The semi-finals take place next Wednesday and then the following Monday. They are coming up pretty quickly.
Brilliant start from Chris Holder. He goes off the inside. Cook then chopping back to the inside. Look at the move from Bjarne Pedersen at this stage, early stage of the race. It looked like that the Pirates were going to be able to pick up a 5-1, but Pedersen, unfortunately for the Pirates' point of view, cannot maintain that speed. And as they come through the first and second corner, a second time of asking, Cook's bike working brilliantly. As they come out of the corner, Cook is able to get the better of Pedersen, and then Patrick Hugard follows him through. No stopping Chris Holder. He was in a class of his own and won very comfortably.
Well, superb ride indeed from Chris Holder, looking very stylish. He's only dropped a point in 3 rides so far to a BelleVue rider, his Poole's best rider, bar none. We're up to heat number 11. Holder's enjoying it. Hope you're enjoying it as well. More great speedway coming your way in a few moments' time. Finals, by the way, are on the 3rd and 5th of October. So an exciting time here. BelleVue are heading towards finishing top of the table. If they get the 3 points here tonight, that'll do them, and they're 36-27 up here on the Poole Pirates. Looking good.
Yeah, they're looking really good for the 3 points, and they'll be chuffed to bits with that. They have been the better team so far. And the Poole Pirates, with riders failing to score, with Adam Ellis hasn't scored. Buskowski's had a nightmare of an evening. And even Carl Newman, who was so good here on Bank Holiday Monday, has only got a couple of points to his name. So it hasn't been a good night for the Pirates.
Rowan Tungate off the inside for Poole here in white. In for the injured Hans Andersen tonight, with Matti Zagar going off gate 2 in red, hopefully avoiding the kickboard this time. Krzysztof Brzkowski goes off gate 3 in yellow for Poole, and Stevie Worrell is the man off the outside in blue for the BELLE VUE Aces. 36-27 here. Chris Holder with Craig Cook, rivals tonight, and they're clearly enjoying comparing notes about this track. Brady Kurtz behind them has confessed as well that this is one of his favourite tracks.
Well, yeah.
I bet you'd have loved riding around here, Kel, wouldn't you?
Oh, fabulous track. Would have really relished the challenge of coming here, and there's no doubt may have even looked to try and sign for him, because I really would have loved the high speeds of this new Speedway track. Rowan Tungate on the inside there. He's up against Zagar. He's going to have to come up with something special.
He is indeed. What a start that is from the man in blue. Stevie Worrell on the outside. Tungate is second right now. Matti Zagar is holding third place. And round the outside, Krzysztof Brzkowski. And now Rowan Tungate's going to have a go on Stevie Worrell. Zagar's the man at the back. Worrell flying the flag for BELLE VUE here. They're going into lap 2. But he's got both Poole riders really pushing hard here. And Zagar's not out of it yet.
No, he's not indeed. What a start it was from Stevie Worrell from the outside. But I tell you what, he's got plenty of company, hasn't he? Because Tungate going wide. Zagar's up the exhaust pipe of Brzkowski. Brilliant stuff once again from Steve Worrell. What a season he is enjoying. Tungate on the outside, Brzkowski on the inside. Zagar trying everything he possibly knows. A lap to go. Can Tungate somehow get to Steve Worrell?
Well, Worrell has got a lot of speed and he's riding the line nicely. Zagar still having a go at the back as well. Tungate up the inside. Oh! Worrell closes the door magnificently for BELLE VUE. It's a 3-all in heat number 11 after 4 super laps of Speedway again. Even if there's no passing in a race, it's still great to watch, Kel.
The speed alone takes your breath away. We're at the end of the back straight, and as they enter turn 3, they are coming in here absolutely flat out. And they go faster and faster and faster. Steve Worrell can't wait to see the restart there. A textbook start from Steve Worrell. That's how to make it from gate 4. He was clear, he was able to just get straight across. Zagar, the #1 man out the back, couldn't land a blow. Terrific effort from the Pirates in second and third. But Steve Worrell has come of age this year. This track, he loves it.
He certainly does. Magnificent ride from Stevie Worrell. And he's in the points tonight, big time. 8+1 from 4 rides. Very impressive indeed from Stevie Worrell. Scott Nichols congratulating him there. And BELLE VUE take another race closer towards finishing top of the Elite League table at the end of the regular league season, going into the playoffs next Wednesday. Worrell the winner, Rowan Tungate second, Krzysztof Brzkowski third, Matti Zagar at the back of that time. A 3-all, BELLE VUE 39, Poole 30, with 4 heats to go.
Here we go, keep your eyes on the outside. That man in the blue helmet colour, he comes charging across. Not very often you see riders who are able to not only make the start from gate 4, but have the speed to be able to come. He might well have actually anticipated that and nearly cleans up Brzkowski on the way to the first corner.
I didn't spot that first time, Kel.
So did I. He was a little bit fortunate, and that's why he was able to get across, because he probably did anticipate the start. Rowan Tungate pushing hard in second place. Brzkowski getting amongst the points for the first time, but Steve Worrell once again is enjoying a great night of Speedway, and so pleasing to see a young British rider riding so well.
And here's Chris Louis with Stevie Worrell.
Yeah, a chance to talk about that race with Stevie. Stevie, I mean, first of all, very important to win the race and keep that 9-point gap.
Yeah, it seems like we just keep getting 3-alls, but that's all we need to keep that 9-point gap, like you say.
This track, I mean, this start, first of all, let's just talk about your start. You're there on the outside in blue. Kelvin was saying, I mean, it's a good effort to make a good start, but to get right across all 4 of them is fantastic.
To be honest, I did not expect that, because I've been watching the previous races in gate 4. It hadn't really done much, but I did a few tweaks just to really get me off gate 4, and clearly they worked. It was a fantastic start.
I mean, you had the bike angled and some serious determination there, rubbing front wheel there of Brzkowski. I mean, that was determination, wasn't it, to get there?
Yeah, for one reason or another, my gating's not been very good these past few weeks, and I just spent a bit of time with the bikes this morning, and it seemed to fix the problem.
Later on in the race, I mean, it's difficult to know where to ride when you're coming under fire from 2 riders, not just one. And you had to shut the door fairly hard on Rowan Tungate coming into the last corner.
I did quite a lot of, like, every time I watch a meeting here, I keep fast forwarding and rewinding, and
just trying to study what the best line to ride is to stop people from getting past. It might not be the fastest one, but like you saw, no one can get past, and that's the key.
It's tough out there, well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice work, and we're up to heat number 12 here. 9 points the difference. Time running out for Poole now, Kelv, and with Newman and Pedersen, they've got to do something here, but up against Jacobs and Richie Waddle, doesn't get any easier, does it?
No, Bjarne Pedersen has showed some improvement through the evening, although he did run a last time, but he has won a race, and there's no doubt there's plenty of determination coming from him. Carl Newman's a man that needs to pick it up. He's only got a couple of points to his name. Jacobs and Worrell, Richie Worrell, have been riding pretty strongly throughout the night. So heat number 12, a repeat of heat number 2. Yes. Pedersen and Newman from the Pirates need to come up with a 5-1, really.
Yep, heat number 12 it is. And Scott Nichols watching on. Now, a little bit of info about Scott Nichols, Cal, which I think you can tell us about, depending on the result here on Friday between Bellevue and Swindon. Tell us about it.
Swindon failed to get a league point. Nichols will ride for the injured AJ at Lakeside on Friday. They will then come up against the Swindon Robins, and the Lakeside Hammers will have to win by 7 points or more to make sure they deny Swindon a league point, and then the Lakeside Hammers will make it, but that is very much depends on what happens here on Wednesday.
So, big week of Speedway. Heat number 12 is coming up here. Richie Waddle in red, down at reserve, but has a race win under his belt. Now, can Pedersen and Newman deliver the goods for Poole? It was a 3-all when they met in Heat 2. So here they go again. Jacobs was the winner of that race, and it's a good start here.
Yeah,
for Carl Newman, a too good a start. The red lights are on once again here, just as we've gone on a good run without any faults, without any restarts.
Yeah, I think Stevie Worrell was a touch fortunate in his previous ride. We didn't see that initially, but he was a bit keen there. Carl Newman, who's found it tough tonight, he just drops the clutch a little early there. He doesn't actually roll, and there is an argument to suggest that actually should be allowed to go, but there's no way you can react that quickly. He has anticipated the start.
And the 2 minutes time allowance is straight on.
Good.
So Chris Sterno getting on with it, telling the riders to come back, but they're just having 1 or 2 alterations done. But Kyle Newman is straight back to the tapes. But these boys, what are they doing to the bike? What does happen here, Kelv, after
clutch gets hot? False start? Riders sort of get a little paranoid about the rear chain adjustment and the fact that they'd like to get a little bit of the clutch cooler going on there just to cool that down. It's more of a psychology, I think, more than anything else. You know, it's nothing too much on. The bike hasn't done any work really, has it? It's only gone about 30 yards. So in truth, it's not absolutely necessary, but it's something that's sort of crept in over the last few years, and riders sort of feel they'd like to just have it checked over before going straight back round.
Richie Waddle, who has the help of Ben Hopwood, a National League rider, in his pink corner here tonight. Ben, who steady performer in the 3rd division, helping out Richie Waddle here. Heat number 12 it is.
Can Carl Newman just sit still, just for 30 seconds odd, just to come back up to the start line? Pedersen has been riding better, and Carl Newman just needs to pick his game up, because by his own high standards, Nigel, he has had a very disappointing night. 2 points from what? He's done 4 rides, so I think Neil Middleditch will be disappointed with that return.
Kyle will too.
Yes.
He's dead right. Determined character, Kyle Newman. And we've seen him be one of the top reserves in the Elite League for the last couple of years. But tonight, 3 last places. Hard though on an away track like this. The Bellevue boys have clearly got it dialed in now. Midlow can still afford a smile. I think he knows top spot is probably out of reach now for his side.
It's looking like 3rd in truth, isn't it? Because Wolverhampton are on their way to 3 league points tonight at their home track. So Pirates are going to have to go settle for 3rd place, I think.
Yep, here we go. Newman has got a good start here. Bjarne Pedersen is the man in white, but watch out for Joe Jacobs up the inside. Bellevue on a 1-5 right now. Poole have the 5-1 situation in their hands, but watch out. Joe Jacobs is going to try and go around the outside and get the better of Kyle Newman. Bit of team riding needed here.
Bjarne Pedersen, he needs to look for his teammate. Just killed his speed completely. Joe Jacobs can go to 3rd to 1st here. Pedersen's decided to ride right round the inside. He's hanging that out in front, but that killed the momentum for Carl Newman, allowed Joe Jacobs to get into 2nd place, and Jacobs now looking to go to the front.
Whoa!
Yes, he's done it. Brilliant stuff. Got to say, Bjarne Pedersen quite possibly made the wrong decision to ride on the inside.
What a move from Joe Jacobs. Poole were on a 5-1 out of the start. Jacobs has gone past the second man. He's now got the lead here for the Bellevue Aces in brilliant style. 2 crucial wins on the night for Joe Jacobs. What a hero for Bellevue. And what that was. Joe Jacobs, the hero. 2 wins from his outings now. Bellevue are 3 rides away from sealing their place as league leaders going into the playoffs. Wow, what a ride from Joe Jacobs.
Yeah, great ride from Joe Jacobs, but he was helped by Bjarne Pedersen rode so narrow there, blocked his teammate. Newman was there alongside him, and ordinarily Pedersen needed to move over and allow themselves to ride as a pair. That didn't happen, and Carl Newman got trapped on the inside, and Joe Jacobs, with this confidence that's quite clearly there, he was able to literally get round the outside and take care of both of the Poole Pirates and pick up his second win of the night. Wins Heat 2 and he wins home crowd, and they're getting ever closer to topping the table. Great effort from young Joe.
Joe Jacobs, the race winner, from 3rd to 1st. Bjarne Pedersen 2nd. Kyle Newman was 3rd, and Richie Waddle at the back. It's a 3-all when it looked like a 5-1 to Poole.
Yeah,
but it's
been.
Bellevue 42, Poole 33, with 3 races to go and time running out for the Pirates.
Just not going their way tonight. Here at the early stages, it looks like that Newman and Bjarne Pedersen are going to have it all under control, but Pedersen there doesn't give his team. And as a consequence of that, Joe Jacobs has got all that room on the outside of the 2 Pirates. He takes care of Carl Newman, who just doesn't carry quite enough speed. Pedersen's elected, he's made a conscious decision to ride on the inside, and Joe Jacobs is able to generate more speed in the middle of the track, kicking off the dirt, and he's able to fire himself to the front, and young Joe picks up his 2nd win of the night. He'll be chuffed to bits with that. Really good ride.
Well, Chris Louis taught him all he knows from Mildenhall. Chris?
I think you're getting carried away there, Nigel. I think a lot of people have been involved in that one, but Joe, you went 3 laps there, you went from eating the dirt to using the dirt.
Yeah, it was great. I didn't make the best of starts and managed down low and just went big and wound it up and got there in the end.
A little bit of help, you can see the monitor there, a little bit of help on the first lap behind him, maybe messing Carl Newman up a little bit.
Yeah, obviously wasn't the plan. I planned on just making the gate and going, but yeah, that did help me a little bit, and when I got stuck out there I just carried on winding it up really, and seemed to work well, so yeah, I'm pleased.
By your high standards of late, that was a poor start, but I've got to say, your sort of crouched small stature on the bike, watching you round here is a bit like seeing old footage of Chris Morton at Hyde Road. I don't know how much he's had to do with your development here, particularly at Bellevue.
Yeah, I've never seen him ride, I'm not quite that old, so...
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, no, I missed that, but no, obviously it's great. Everyone here has been really helpful, and I've just enjoying it, and I think that's why the wins are coming. So just keep pushing forward and carry on for the rest of the year.
Keep enjoying it.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Well, that's quite a compliment to say that Joe Jacobs reminds Chris of Chris Morton around the old Hyde Road. Quite a compliment indeed. Fantastic ride from Joe Jacobs, brilliant. Buskowski goes off the inside for Poole here. Craig Cook goes off gate number 2 in blue. Gate 3 is Chris Holder for the Pirates, 2012 world champion and riding beautifully tonight. And Matty Zagar going off the outside in red. The outside 2 gates here, 2 current Grand Prix stars here off gates 3 and 4. And if it's a 3-all here, then we will know that as long as all 4 riders complete heats 14 and 15, that Bellevue cannot be beaten tonight. So they're almost there, Kelv.
Yeah, they're within touching distance, and the Poole Pirates are going to have to come with a real late rattle here. 5-1 here in heat 13, and who knows, they could at least grab an elite point out of tonight. You know, 3-5-1s, and who knows, they could win the meeting, but it's going to be awfully tough because the form of the Bellevue riders has been super. Zagar, of course, disappointing last time. He failed to score. Cook has been good all night long, but Chris Holder, I tell you what, Holder has been the man of the night, really. He's winning races for fun.
So, heat number 13. Is this the race where Bellevue seal the deal? It's a great start here from Krzysztof Brzkowski. He's got the inside run, charging hard around the outside. Matty Zagar. Craig Cook is there in blue as well. Here comes Zagar around the outside. He's packing up. He's packing up. They're not going to secure him just yet. The lead here is with Krzysztof Brzkowski. Second is Craig Cook. Holder charging hard as well. Here comes Cook for Bellevue.
Brzkowski slams the door shut. Keep your eyes on Holder. Keep your eyes on Holder. Oh, what a move from Chris Holder. Right round the outside. Brzkowski this time. Keeping Cook at bay. Cook now coming back from... Oh, brilliant stuff. Slams the door shut once again, Brzkowski. Brilliant Speedway in E13.
What a race, 1 lap to go, and Cook isn't done yet for Bellevue. Here he comes around the outside. Brzkowski's got to close the door. Cook around the outside now, into turns 3 and 4. Tries the inside switch. Polar on a 5-1. Cook gets there.
What a Speedway race that was. Zagar packing up early on. Chris Holder out battled on the opening lap, missed the start completely. Fantastic ride from Holder to get to the front. Supreme action from Cook to get the better of Brzkowski coming off the last corner. That's proper Speedway, Nigel. Nigel, that's Speedway out of the top draw.
Oh, you've said that before.
I have, and I've said it again. That was a fantastic Speedway race.
Yeah, and there you go, confirmation that Cook has split them. So, it's a 4-2 in favour of the Pirates. Cook with a clever move to the inside, Kelvin. He read it superbly.
Yeah, great effort from Brzkowski. Got to give him a lot of credit, but a little bit of home track advantage there, I think. Cook was able to then switch back to the inside and get that little bit of extra speed coming off the last corner. But that was Speedway that takes your breath away. You'd pay your entrance fee all week long for that, wouldn't you? That was fabulous entertainment. Unfortunately for Zagar, he wasn't part of it, but Chris Holder, wow, what a ride from him.
Yes, and it does give Bellevue the opportunity to pinch a point from this meeting because they're only 7 down with 2 to go. Holder, Cook, Brzkowski and Zagar still all to race for with 2 heats to go after this race.
Yeah, and what a race it was. Quite easily the race of the night. Brzkowski makes a super start initially and does very well indeed to keep Craig Cook at bay. Zagar unfortunately has an issue there with his motorbike, and he's out of the race. Then all the fireworks start happening. Brzkowski rides really well here to clamp Craig Cook on the inside, and that allows Chris Holder just to work that outside line, and he gets his back tyre in the dirt and is able to get himself from 3rd to 1st. And in truth, from that moment on, Holder is comfortable out in front. Brilliant effort here, brilliant stuff between Brzkowski and Craig Cook. And as they come towards the conclusion on the run out of the last corner, Craig Cook there chopping back to the inside and just snatches 2nd place on the run to the line. That was proper Speedway.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yep. Speedway is such a wonderful sport, isn't it, when you see racing like this tonight. And we're up to heat number 14. Bellevue still edging closer to securing top of the table going into the playoffs. If Bellevue win this tonight, they'll move on to 61 points. If Poole lose by 6 or less, they'll be on 55, and they have 1 meeting left at Kings Lynn tomorrow. The Adrian Flux Arena, Kings Lynn versus Poole tomorrow night.
Well, they're just giving themselves some hope of 2nd place, effectively, aren't they? You know, if they can get this point tonight and then pick up 3 or 4 tomorrow night, who knows, they may well just be able to leapfrog over Wolverhampton. And you've got to say that Poole Pirates always keep battling away. Neil Middleditch, Matt Ford always seem to generate this winning mentality in their teams. And once again, although they've been 2nd best throughout this night, they have not thrown the towel in, and they're battling. And what a performance that was from Holder in Heat 13. Oh. Fantastic Speedway. And the battle between Brzkowski and Craig Cook, that's as good a Speedway you will see anywhere.
Without a doubt. Kurtz, Nichols, Tungate and Hugard. Fantastic Speedway. And the empty seats here tonight will not be empty for the playoffs, I can guarantee you that.
Dead right.
You'll have to get here early, Aces fans, in the Manchester area. Whenever their home leg is, I strongly suggest you get here early, because it's going to be some night. The playoffs, remember, are over 2 legs. Wednesday the 21st and Monday the 26th of September. They're the semi-finals, and the finals Monday the 3rd and Wednesday the 5th of October.
Can't wait, and it's always so exciting, and it's a terrific run into the end of the season. And you know, this meeting I just sense isn't quite over, you know, Nigel. I'm looking at the lineup here. Brady Kurtz has been riding well tonight. He's won at least one race this evening, and Rowan Tungate deserves a win. He's been riding really hard and has had 3 second places. So Scotty Nichols and the Bellevue Aces, Patrick Hugard, well, I tell you what, they've got to keep it rolling on here because the pressure is coming and the Pirates aren't quite done yet.
They're not. Take tries, heat number 14, and it's a great start from Brady Kurtz. Now, can he be joined by Rowan Tungate around the outside? Poole on a 5-1. What can Hugard and Nichols do about this now? Hugard trying the inside run. Stays like this, there'll only be 3 points in it going into the last race, and Poole could still nick it.
Oh, there we are, Roger. Oh! He's backed up! What a bitter blow that is for Brady Kurtz and the Poole Pirates. 3-all now. Such a disappointing moment for the Pirates when they were looking like they could have stolen a 5-1 and E14 after that fabulous performance from them in the previous race. Rowan Tungate out in front. Good stuff from him.
This is going to be the race where Bellevue are guaranteed the league leader's position going into the playoffs next Wednesday night. It's going to be a win for Rowan Tungate, but this is the moment in their first season in their new home, the National Speedway Stadium. Bellevue Aces are confirmed as league leaders ahead of the playoffs, and many congratulations to them.
Well, that's a fantastic effort from the Bellevue Aces this evening. Got a feel for the Pirates there. They'd battled so hard to get back in this meeting, and it was looking like it was going to go right down to heat 15. But Brady Kurtz there, the bike just giving up at the vital moment. That's a bit of a hammer blow for them. And congratulations to the Bellevue Aces. They've ridden very well this evening, and they deserve to finish top of the table. And they've now clinched that with that 47 to 40 point scoreline. But crikey, we've seen some dramatic stuff in these latter heats, Nigel. It really has been very entertaining indeed. But Brady Kurtz, tough moment for him. Nichols coming in third place there, but Rowan Tungate, he rode out of his skin in that one.
Has to be said, Poole still can pinch a point with a 4-2 in the last race. They would lose by 5 and claim a consolation point. Rowan Tungate, Patrick Hugard, Scott Nichols, Brady Kurtz retired, went on a 5-1 with Tungate. They have been in good positions, Poole.
Yeah.
Bellevue 47, Poole 41 race to go, and just to repeat, Bellevue Aces are officially top of the table going into the playoffs.
They are indeed, and at the end of this race, that's the reason why. Great start initially from Kurtz, he's on the inside, and Rowan Tungate joins him as they go down the back straight. And at the early stages of the race, they've got it all on here for a 5-1 to take it to heat 15. But unfortunately for the Poole Pirates, this is the vital moment when Brady Kurtz's bike just packs up as it runs into the first corner. Desperately disappointing for him. Not quite sure what's happened there. Very difficult to say. Very fortunate not to have been collected. Middledich's reaction says it all. Really has been a tough night just when they'd clawed themselves right way back in. But Mark Lemon, he'll be chuffed to bits with that. It's been a tense evening for him, but they've got the job done and they've got the points in the bag.
Well, some terrific speedway. We've got one race to go here. Heat number 15 is coming up. What a night of speedway here at the National Speedway Stadium in Manchester, where the Bellevue Aces are confirmed as league leaders going into our playoffs next Wednesday night, live on Sky Sports. The first season in their new home, and they finished top of the table. That's a terrific achievement in itself, but they will want to go one better now and claim that first league championship since 1993, 23 years ago. Bellevue last won the top flight title in British Speedway. Bellevue 47, Poole 40, one heat to go. And let's hear from the team managers now with Chris Louis.
Yeah, Nigel, fantastic night of Speedway. Who knows, we could be seeing it all again in the grand final. Neil, devastated you couldn't hide your disappointment when Brady Kurtz packed up there. I mean, yeah, gut-wrenching.
Yeah, it is. It's tough. I mean, we couldn't buy a heat advantage tonight, you know, and, you know, as you say, it's been a great meeting for Speedway, but, you know, it's Bellevue a great side, like I said, and I think that, you know, the boys we're hanging in there, and hopefully if we can salvage a bit of pride in this last one.
You've got to be pleased pre-playoffs coming here. You stayed in touch with 3 riders out of form, really. Carl Newman, by his standards here, Adam Ellis and Bukowski, none of them scoring particularly well.
No, that's right. And I thought, Bukowski particularly, I thought, big wide track like the new Bellevue here, I thought he'd do really well. But Kyle, if he got points for effort, he would have had a maximum tonight. But yeah, we just weren't good enough tonight.
Who are you putting out in heat 15?
That's going to be Chris off gate 1 and Rowan Tungate off gate 3.
Great stuff. Good luck, Neil. Mark, couldn't hide your elation knowing that you're going to finish top of the league table. Congratulations.
Yeah, cheers for that. The minor premiership, it's a nice thing to have. It's a psychological boost over the rest of them. We obviously had a really good campaign. We've improved so much since last year. I think obviously our form away is even better than our home form. So to come here and beat Poole, as tough as they are, it's been a tremendous effort. Like I said, as we spoke before, it's been a team effort.
But in a playoff situation, you won't be able to rely on away form alone. You really have got to perform at home.
Yeah, no, true. But our home form is been increasingly every week getting better. Obviously Matty's had a nightmare tonight, and we need Matty to find his mojo, and I'm sure he can. But the rest of it, we know what we can do. It's going to be tough. We always knew when this track was built, there's going to be nowhere to hide. It's a proper races track, and obviously you can see for yourself. So what it creates is a racer, and we've got a bunch of them.
That's why we like it. Riders for heat 15.
We're going with Craig Cook off the red helmet colour off gate 2, and Steve Worrell off blue in gate 4.
Good luck. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Norris.
Well, Kelvin, I know you've got one or two interesting thoughts on both teams tonight. Tell us about them.
Well, in truth, they've got weak links, both teams, and Bellevue were in the driving seat, and then it was somewhat of a surprise when Poole were able to battle their way back in. Of course, Agar's had a disappointing night, and that has kept the Poole Pirates in it, but going into the playoffs, they're going to try and have to plug those weaknesses, because you can't afford those to be champions.
No complacency, the playoffs are 9 days away. Chris Holder off the inside in white here for Poole, going for a point, a consolation point. They need a 4-2 Poole to get that. Craig Cook gate 2 in red for Bellevue, Rowan Tungate gate 3 in yellow for Poole. He'll be back here on Wednesday riding for Swindon. So useful practice tonight.
Absolutely.
For Rowan Tungate. And Craig Cook very fast around here. Stevie Worrell off the outside in blue. So it's Cook and Stevie Worrell then for the Bellevue Aces. As you said, Kelvin, Matty Agar, the number 1. 4 points from 4 rides. They'll need more from him when the playoffs start.
Yeah, you won't get away with that. You're going to need your top man coming in with more points. Of course, he's had, an engine failure in the evening, but not ideal for the top man.
And Poole have made a good start here. Chris Holder is the man in white. Up the inside run here now is Craig Cook. What a move, and down the back straight, Rowan Tungate. Stunning move from Tungate. He loves this place, doesn't he? Now Bellevue are coming back and having a real go with Cook and Stevie Worrell.
Oh.
Chris Holder is the man in 3rd place. We're being served an absolute treat here in Manchester. Watch out for Chris Holder, the 2012 world champion. High into the dirt. He's loving this, Chris Holder. Absolutely loving it. Is there any way through? Not quite.
No way through there. Rowan Tungate riding brilliantly. There now, Cook's moved out wide. Holder coming up the inside. Oh! Outside's that going into turn 3. Worrell out the back. Rowan Tungate. He's riding a fabulous ride here at E15. Craig Cook in 2nd place. Holder's been nigh on. Unbeatable. Can he find anything extra on this last lap?
Well, he's having a real go. The lead is with Rowan Tungate back here on Wednesday with Swindon. Down to the line we go. Holder to the line!
What a race again. Fantastic action. Superb effort from Tungate.
Poole get a point.
Yeah,
Poole have got a point.
Yeah, and they deserve that. They really do deserve that, because Bellevue Aces were in charge early on. Got to remember that they had to use the double point scoring ride with Holder early on. It was his 2nd ride. What a race it was as they come roaring out of the last corner. Cook. Oh, I tell you what, Holder might have got there.
Well, here we see it again.
I think Holder's got there,
It's a 5-1 to Poole.
What a ride from Chris Holder.
Goodness me.
What a fantastic effort from Chris Holder, and what a brilliant night of Speedway he's enjoyed. He really has ridden brilliantly for his club this evening. He's done.
If that was a playoff first leg, Kelvin, Poole would be delighted with that.
Exactly, and that's why I say weaknesses have been there this evening, because there's no doubt that Bellevue have been in charge at times and should have won this meeting a lot more comfortably than they did. 48-45, that's an incredible storyline, a scoreline rather, when you consider how comfortable the Aces were earlier on in the night. Great effort there from Chris Holder, and what a brilliant way to finish the night. And this place just serves up special Speedway. So exciting.
One of the best tracks in the world right now, this place. I don't think that's any exaggeration.
No.
The Bellevue management have got it spot on with the track design. David Gordon and Chris Morton, the men who designed it. Rowan Tungate, Chris Holder, Craig Cook, Steve Worrell. Cook knew Holder was coming and there was nothing he could do about it. It was a 5-1 to Poole. Final score, Bellevue 48, Poole Pirates 45. Wow, what a night here in Manchester. Kelvin, has to be said, if that was a grand final first leg, the point I was making just a few moments ago, Bellevue would feel they hadn't done enough if this was a first leg.
No, they would have felt they'd let that slip away a bit, because there's no doubt that you've got a situation where, you know, if they were going to Poole in the second leg, 3 points probably would not be enough, and Poole would feel job done, and they would be buoyed by that, and they'd be looking forward to the second leg. What a night of Speedway, and what a grand final we have in prospect if it comes to a track like this. We don't know that yet, but terrific night.
Well, it does mean that Poole can still finish level with Wolverhampton on points because of the fact that Wolves tonight have beaten Coventry. They're on 58 points, and Poole can actually finish level with 3 points at Kings Lynn tomorrow, or if they win at Kings Lynn by more than 6 points tomorrow night, they will finish second in the table on 59 league points. The remaining issue after that, Swindon or Lakeside. Swindon come here to Bellevue on Wednesday where they need a point. If they don't get it, it's winner takes all at Lakeside against Swindon on Friday night. Now, Bellevue, Scott Nichols is with our man Chris Louie.
Yeah, let's just get reaction from Scott for finishing the league programme on top of the pile. Great stuff.
Yeah, fantastic. Now the headache is who you choose, isn't it? Now we had to start off strong, but fair play to Poole. They came back tonight. So, like I said, at the outset, whoever you choose is going to be tough.
This track is all about setups. It's all about racing lines. There's nowhere to hide. It's being highlighted right now. You've got your helmet ready to go. You need some more practice.
Must practice, yeah. I'm not happy. I feel like I'm riding decent, but I've not got the setup dialed in yet. So, you know, it's an important time of the season. So, try something else, do a few more laps, and see if we can get it dialed in. If I get it right for the final, then that's the key.
Just shows how much this means to all you guys when a guy of your experience is out putting some more laps afterwards.
Yeah, well, my experience, I should know better, shouldn't I? But it's tough. Everybody's quick. It's a fast track. So, yeah, we're close, but I'm not happy yet.
Congratulations. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
Well, not happy, but Scott Nichols did a good job for his side tonight with 7 paid 9. Now, the playoffs are next on Sky Sports. We start next Wednesday, September the 21st. We know that it is Bellevue, Wolverhampton and Poole, and it will be either Lakeside or Swindon for the last spot. 30 heats of racing next Wednesday night, September the 21st, 7:30, Sky Sports 4. The second leg, again, all 30 heats, both meetings in one night, Monday, September the 26th, 7:30, Sky Sports 3. Well, will the playoffs be as good as tonight? There's no reason why not. Looking at the teams, Kelv, I don't know what you think, but the 3 that are confirmed so far, I can't pick a winner out of any of them, can you?
No, it's very close indeed. Injury will come into it, of course, and momentum and form. We know that is crucial when they come to the playoffs. We do see teams run out of steam, and we see other teams sort of charging in as they really get on a roll. But yeah, the 3 teams that are in are all mouth-watering. They're very strong indeed.
We've got the world champion Ty Wuffernan at Wolverhampton. We've got Chris Holder. Bang on form for Poole tonight. It's mouth-watering.
Oh yeah, we got some real quality we're witnessing, and we saw that displayed brilliantly here this evening. So yeah, quality, exciting racing, so much to look forward to, and yeah, I can't wait. And the playoffs always work. We always see this year on year. Fantastic Speedway.
Yep, reminder the rest of the week, Kings Lynn Poole tomorrow, Bellevue Swindon Wednesday, Lakeside Swindon Friday, and then we're into the playoffs next Wednesday. We can't wait. We'll see you then.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this